Every person in the world has a different combination of thoughts within their heads. While our genetics are almost exact to the person sitting beside us, our personalities are entirely different along with our past experiences. When looking at those around us, we assume what we want to assume. Everyone has experienced their own pain, their own tragedy. Everyone has thought negatively about themselves and their lives. No one is a carbon copy, everyone is flawed. When the mind turns on itself, it becomes a dark place. Sometimes medications and other forms of substance can ease the pain one feels. Sometimes nothing works. The history of mental illness is not one commonly known or understood. It's easy to feel lost in a world in which we watch as those around us succeed. When our minds implode, the world moves on. It doesn't stop for any of us.
I'm not the only kid who grew up this way. Surrounded by people who used to say that rhyme about sticks and stones. As if broken bones hurt more than the names we got called, and we got called them all. So we grew up believing no one would ever fall in love with us. That we'd be lonely forever. That we'd never meet someone to make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in their tool shed. So broken heartstrings bled the blues as we tried to empty ourselves so we would feel nothing. Don't tell me that hurts less than a broken bone. That an ingrown life is something surgeons can cut away. That there's no way for it to metastasize, it does.
1 in 4 adults, approximately 61.5 million Americans, experience mental illness per year. 1 in 17, approximately 13.6 million, live with a serious mental illness. Approximately 20% of adolescents aged 13 to 18 experience mental illness per year. Half of all chronic mental illness begins at the age of 14 and left untreated can continue into adulthood, if they make it that long. Despite effective treatment, there are long delays between the first appearance of symptoms and the treatment required for these symptoms. Suicide is the second leading cause of death in college students. More than 1,100 college students a year commit suicide. Emory College sponsored an event called Send Students Packing, in which 1,100 book bags were placed in front of the campus as a memorial for those who ended their lives. To see those bags spread across the lawn is jaw-dropping. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the U.S., which is more common than homicide. People don't realize these numbers exist until it's put in front of them.
We seek out patterns in our lives in order to understand the meaning of the world. When comparing our lives to the changing of the seasons, we are never ending. We look at the world and realize that we are small. We feel insignificant. The patterns that we observe relate to the human condition and allow us to have hope. When the brutal cold of winter ends, it will get warmer. For every life lost, another is given. The scale of the world is much larger than a single human being. We convince ourselves that we are insignificant, and a lot of the insecurities people experience can be the beginning of their own ending. Life begins with a blink, a blur, a realization. Our conscience allows us to feel alive. We go through life following the structure of a flawed society. We are convinced that in order to find success, we must listen to commands and follow them perfectly. We follow the motions of the world without realizing that we have not discovered our own past. We have lived years of our lives without truly living, and it is disheartening. When we think about our place in the world, we lose sight of the importance of creativity. To lose sight of purpose is to lose the chance to enjoy simple aspects of life. When we first open our eyes, everything is beautiful. Think of the dreams and goals you had as a child and hold on to them. You are of value. The outer casing of your physical form does not express the thoughts within your head, your ideas, and subconscious.